Alrighty, homosexuals, I got a pretty quick one for you today. Work starts in less than 20 minutes. So I was just having fun, feeling out the weights, doing my good old same shit, different day kind of stuff, feeling great. Where to begin? You know, everything felt pretty decent today. I'm still getting used to the kg plates. They are feeling way better today after I've been taking good advice from the coach we got there and all the buddies I've been meeting that are really good at this sport. But no, it went pretty well. I was really getting my body attuned to what it needs to get used to in order to actually make some good progress right now. Since I'm going to keep emphasizing it, but my knee's not at 100% just yet, and it's going to take a while, even if I feel great. So I'm taking my time with the weights, just doing what I can for the moment. And, you know, if I were trying to be egotistical and push it, I probably would have gone to at least 255 for my triples on pause clean and jerk today. But I got to 245, and it was putting in some good work, you know? I only needed to do 2 sets to feel fully pumped up and get that good whippage with my form. You know, it's like if you've ever seen a fucking Sam Solik video, he's always talking about how he just does enough working sets to where he feels fully pumped. I mean that in the sense of, like, I feel like I got the most out of my form in that last set. Like, I had to rely more on my technique rather than my strength, and that means I had to really push it to that outer limit of what my body was capable of, you know? And 245 for 2 triples, felt really decent. I'm still trying to get better with my core strength and feeling out the split jerk, especially with the new weights and the new bars. But I'm getting much more confident in whipping under the clean because I'm starting to slow down that first pull and really emphasize the transition from the second to the third pull so that I can get underneath it at the best rate possible, you know, especially for the energy that my body's able to put in right now with my weaker core. Otherwise, I got to bench, and I got to 275, and my left pec started feeling slightly weird. And this is what happened last bench day, but I was being a bit more egotistical and trying to push heavier weight than I was capable of doing. So I got to 285, and I was kind of freaking out because I didn't want to pull my chest again, and yet I still pushed the weight anyway, you know? It's that bit of naive egoism that takes over and makes you think that you're just going to be fine as long as you don't think about it until after you've done it, rather than actually weighing the risk in that moment for what's best for your body. And I just sent it, and it was not a smart idea. So today, I got to 275, and trust me, if my chest was feeling good and powerful, I'm pushing 305 for 6 easy. And that was my old rep max, so that's fucking awesome, you know? We've made some great progress. But even if I don't hit 305 for 6 today, does not mean I'm any weaker than I was the other day or today or whatever day, you know? Right now, I'm doing wonderfully. I did not lose strength because I didn't hit the heaviest number. I stuck at 275. I'm pretty sure I did 4 sets of 6 there, and it felt great, you know? I just put in my absolute best effort, you know, feeling it out, really letting my tempo take over. I'm trying to emphasize my technique a bit more on my bench because I've realized that I put a lot more when I get tired, my left arm takes over on the bench. That's why my left pec got pulled initially. And so I'm trying to get better at feeling out a mind-muscle connection on my right pec, which is transitioning very well. You know, every set, it felt better and better. And the last set, I got a good, nice drive. If I had more time, I probably would have, I don't want to even actually say that. It doesn't matter what I would have done. I got a good grind. It felt like a good, decent set. Like I was really pushing it, and I don't want to push myself to absolute failure right now, especially while my chest doesn't feel at 100%. So I'm just taking my time, feeling out what I can do today, and we'll see how it stacks next week. You know, that's it. Other than that, you know, it was more so just being able to humble myself, you know, because it's easy. I'm glad I got the humbling experience of lifting around other people who I look up to, that I see as better than myself because of their technique being superior, or at least it has more attention given to than I do myself. So I got that initial humbling, and now I'm starting to put in the work to actually do some good accessory work or some good technique, just taking the focus away from the weight for a while, you know? Like, you can't just always think about how heavy you're gonna lift. It will take you down so fucking fast, and you will not even realize it until it's too late. every time. It sucks. And I'm telling you right now, if I put on 285, 295 on the bar today, my chest might have pulled, it might have done the exact same injury that I've been dealing with for so long. So instead, I chose to put a lot of emphasis on utilizing my right pec with a better balanced drive. And not only that, but slowing down the tempo a little bit on the way down, just so I can get that maximum drive back up without my pec feeling like it's getting overstrained, Just a slightly slower tempo, good explosion, emphasis on the right pec. And I'm already making progress. The last set felt like the best set, and that's way better progress than last time. I'm trying to feel good. The weights are not what matter right now. I'm trying to feel great every lift, and I'm trying to not feel like I'm going to get injured, especially. So I'm just going to keep doing my absolute fucking best until I get to that point. Physically, it wasn't the heaviest, and it wasn't the best. But god damn it, it's good progress from where I've been lacking recently, especially my technique, my form, my strengths in my weaker body parts. Everything's feeling better every day, and I'm really learning how to read my body in the moment, especially I only needed to do 2 sets of everything the other day and today, and if I feel at 100%, I feel good, I don't need to go over 2 or 3 working sets. But I didn't feel at 100%, so I made the judgment call and said, okay, it would be better to hit 4 or 5 sets at a lighter weight just to make sure I'm confident with it, so I can come back next week and crush it twice as hard. This is why I have 3 weeks of this exact same volume. And then I'll increase it a little bit, because at that point, I should be confident enough to do so. So I'm feeling at a pretty solid 8.7. That feels pretty good. It was a very, very decent day. 8.65, just because bench wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be. But we're making good progress, and I'm getting better at seeing my deficiencies while I lift, rather than doing the lift, turning my brain off, and saying fuck it, and just worrying about it later. I'm trying to actually make progress in the present moment now, which is a great transition to what I've been used to. Mentally, I'm gonna give it 8.8. Not too much higher, but I felt good, I'm learning how to get more of a mind-muscle connection with my full body, not just a couple pieces of my body, but really trying to block everything together and take in so many golden experiences and perspectives from those who have got more time behind the barbell than I do. And it's truly been a great experience. It has been humbling yet elevating, and that's just the way it has to be. You learn at where you're lacking from those who have gone through it before you, and you take the leaps that they had to crawl for, What I'm really excited to do, I'm halfway dreading it, but also very excited because it's something new, and I do know that it will be the best for my body, even if it's going to be very, very hard for what I'm used to. But I will no longer be doing fully just sit at home, do absolutely nothing rest days. I am now going to transition into utilizing active rest days to my advantage, because I have let my rest days just float away for a couple years now, solely because I wanted to give myself that time to kind of just put it down and come back when I felt at my best. And to be honest with you, there's no reason why I can't do it. It's just a matter of, I don't think I had the desire to yet, the purpose. I always tell you got to have purpose behind every single thing you do when it comes to the gym. There's got to be a reason for why you're doing it. And I didn't want to just go in on a rest day and do some random bullshit that I didn't care about just because I thought that I should be working 24/7, But now I see all these amazing lifters around me, and I'm like, well, shit. All these guys are doing these certain accessories that I never really thought about, and these aren't things that I ever worry about or ever try to do. And I'm not saying that I got to start doing accessories every single day. I'm going to keep my workouts the same way they've been. Like today, I just kept it at the main lifts because that's what I like my workouts being centered around. But on my rest days, I'm not doing anything anyway. And if I put the weight at something extraordinarily light, where I'm just focusing on mind-muscle connection and a good priming day for when I come back for some heavy weights the next day, why not? It's not going to ruin my energy unless I allow it to mentally. Physically, it should make me even better, You know, sitting at home for 24 straight hours is just going to make me weaker. So it should be a no-brainer as to what would work best with my body, you know? So starting tomorrow, I think I'll record it. Because I want to stay true to what I've been doing with these videos and just my workouts in general. Because I started doing the day whatever like a couple years ago. Like, it's been 3.5 years now I've been doing it. Because I know I'm on like day 631 or some shit, or 30, something like that. But the first like 300 days, you guys don't know about, you know? Because that was just me doing my own thing. And I said that for every day I go in the gym and I attempt to do some good physical exercise for the betterment of my body, that would count as a day, you know? Like a step toward my best self when it comes to the gym, my mental health, physical health, whatever you want to call it. And even though I'm going to be doing super lightweight, just accessories, stuff to just prime my body, it's still me doing my absolute best to make myself the best version of myself, you know? They're not any less important than the main lifts just because they're lighter or seem less strenuous, you know? It's those accessories that really can build a person and create a body that you never thought was capable of being, you know? The coach we got there was like, when was the last time you did abs? And I'm like, I could not even tell you. It's got to be years, maybe a year, because I did do a month-long cycle where I tried doing it, but it just didn't feel good, and I overworked my abs the whole time. So like, I was like, I answered him honestly, and I'm like, it's probably been at least a year, and I didn't even train him right. So it's probably been years since I've trained abs correctly. And he was like, dude, get the ab roller, you know, do some crunch, do just something, because he made a good point. It's pretty hard to overtrain the abdominals or like those smaller muscle groups because they're so unique and seemingly minuscule, like your abductors, for example, on the inner part of your thigh, that people, it's if you go, like, it can't pick up enough weight for you to really go too heavy, you know? The only reason why that you might burn out quicker is because you might be doing too much set volume, which is exactly what I used to do. And I'm growing past that in this present moment. You know, literally, I'm actively growing past that. So I'm going to do my absolute best to transition what I've learned in my normal lifting and adhere that to some accessories. It might seem a little random at first because I haven't done it in like ever in the past 3 years. So I'm going to have to find a good rhythm to see what works best for my body. And that's back to the chalkboard, fucking trial and error all the way through it. But, you know, it doesn't mean that it's not going to have some great positive effects for the future. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very difficult for those first couple of days, I guarantee it. But in the long run, they're going to help. You know, some good RDLs, some good ab rollers, you know, holding a zombie squat on my delts without squatting, just doing a good hold for my delts, doing maybe some dumbbell bench when I'm just focusing on the drive on my right pec predominantly to get that good mind-muscle connection. Stuff like that to really balance my body out and truly get it to the point where I want it to be. It's the workout could be 30 minutes, and that's all I got to do, you know? Doesn't got to be any more than that. It's just giving it that good purpose, that good intention, and that good effort behind it, you know? I'm not trying to go in there and absolutely destroy my body like I typically try to do. I'm just trying to do my absolute best so that when I come back into the gym, I know that I got to exactly the point that my body needed to be so that it could be primed for what I'm trying to lift that very next day. But yeah, I mean, I've been yapping a little too much. I'm almost at work, so I kind of gotta get going. But, you know, I'm learning. I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and I'm learning. You have never, ever done anything for too long to the point where you can't learn anything more. That is a fucking promise. There's always something that you might be lacking or something that you haven't thought of doing yet, or something that your body might have not been able to do in the first place but can do now. Or oppositely, it might be something that you've tried in the past that didn't work but now works with your body that you currently have built upon, you know? So I'm going to work on some side work to really hone my body, you know, give some love to the accessories and try to prime my body to its absolute physical peak. And we'll just go from there, you know, take our time, really see what it feels like to, you know, try out the accessories for a little bit and see if it actually does adhere to my body. And if it doesn't, then that just means the accessories I'm doing aren't working, or maybe the effort or the sets or the volume, the reps, whatever you want to call it, something just isn't working, because there's always a way where you can do a specific routine or a workout cycle that you want to do to it. You know, there's always a way to map it to what your body's physically currently capable of, you know? Doesn't got to be too heavy, doesn't got to be too light. You just got to meet it right at that middle ground so that your body can efficiently and actively grow with energy left over, you know? It's just calculating your fatigue along the way and feeling it out. That's all I got, because I can't stop fucking yapping. I'm super excited for what my body's going to turn into from this point forward. But I'll be back tomorrow, I guess, you know, no more rest days maybe. So if I don't record it, I'll let you know. But either way, it's going to be something to try out, and you'll see it. It'll be fun. I'll let you know what happens either way. Let me know how those lifts and those lives have been going. You know I love hearing about that shit. But either way, I got to go work 12 hours straight. So wish me some fucking luck, because I'm going to need it. But I feel great. I'm passionate. I'm happy. I'm just having fun doing my best with some new cool people. That's all it is, you know? So keep doing your best for yourselves, just the same. And I love you guys. See ya.